They promised the WWE Universe a revolutionary new era, a bold direction that would reshape Monday Night Raw forever. But on the final episode of Raw in 2025, that promise didn't deliver hope or clarity. Instead, it delivered pure, unfiltered chaos. The faction known as the Vision, the very empire Seth Rollins helped build from the ground up, finally revealed its most dangerous form in a cold, calculated ambush that left fans stunned and the locker room on edge. Rollins returned fueled by revenge and unfinished business, and he did not walk back into the spotlight alone. Standing beside him was a destructive force capable of shifting the balance of power in an instant. Yet even that shocking return was not enough to contain the storm that followed. What unfolded in those closing moments of Raw was the exact second the war for Monday nights escalated into something far more brutal, personal, and unforgiving. If you want to fully understand the carnage that closed out 2025 and set the tone for everything coming next, make sure you subscribe right now and turn on notifications so you never miss a single update. Welcome back, WWE Universe. The final Monday Night Raw of the year was supposed to be a celebration, a night built around momentum, fresh starts, and the road to a new season. Earlier in the broadcast, the energy inside the arena felt electric and optimistic. The Usos reminded everyone exactly why they remain one of the most elite tag teams in WWE history, delivering a phenomenal performance that re-established their dominance at the top of the division. For a moment, it felt like Raw was closing the year on a high note. But as history has shown time and time again, in WWE the calm rarely lasts. The night is always darkest just before the dawn. And for Seth Rollins, that darkness arrived in the form of a storm he helped create but could no longer control. Rollins' situation is rooted in one of the most painful forces in sports entertainment: betrayal. Not the kind you see coming, but the kind that strikes when you believe you are at your strongest. After carefully assembling a powerhouse alliance featuring the ever-manipulative Paul Heyman, the explosive and dangerous Braun Breaker, and the immovable force Bronson Reed, Rollins believed he was shaping the future of Raw in his own image. The Vision was supposed to be his legacy, his masterpiece, the group that would dominate WWE for years to come. Instead, that very creation turned on him with ruthless precision. In a moment that shocked the WWE Universe, Rollins was cast aside, written off television, and left dealing with a shattered shoulder while the empire he built continued to grow without him. But what his enemies may have underestimated was the fire that moment lit inside Seth Rollins. Absence did not weaken him. It sharpened him. It gave him time to watch, to plan, and most importantly, to wait. By the time the final Raw of 2025 arrived, the faction that betrayed him had not only survived, it had evolved. Under Paul Heyman's guidance, the group became more unified, more confident, and far more dangerous. The addition of Austin Theory only strengthened their numbers and their arrogance. Rollins understood the reality of the situation. Walking back into Raw alone would have been career suicide. If he wanted revenge, if he wanted to tear down the very empire that exiled him, he needed an equalizer. He needed chaos powerful enough to shake the foundation of the Vision. He needed the monster among men. The night's tension had already been building following an intense verbal confrontation between CM Punk and the ultra-confident Braun Breaker. Breaker made it crystal clear that his sights are locked firmly on Punk's World Heavyweight Championship, and the intensity between the two men had the crowd on edge. You could feel something big was coming. Then it happened. Seth Rollins' music hit, and the arena erupted instantly. The reaction was deafening, the kind of thunderous response that only comes when a true game-changer returns. Rollins stepped onto the stage, but this was not the flamboyant, laughing visionary fans once knew. This version was colder, more focused, and visibly fueled by anger that had been building for months. And then the camera revealed the true shocker. Walking beside Rollins was Braun Strowman, the monster among men himself, returning with destruction clearly on his mind. Former rivals turned uneasy allies marched toward the ring with a shared purpose. Inside the ropes stood Paul Heyman, wearing that familiar smug expression, confidently flanked by Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. The tension in the building became almost unbearable as both sides locked eyes. This was no longer about words. This was about war. Rollins slowly raised the microphone, never once looking away from Heyman. His voice was calm but dripping with controlled fury as he accused Heyman of stealing everything from him. His vision. His creation. His future. Rollins made it clear that being written off was not the end of his story. It was the beginning of something far more dangerous. Before Heyman could even begin one of his trademark verbal escapes, Rollins delivered the line that changed the entire atmosphere. He didn't come back to talk. He came back to fight. The message was clear: and the warning was louder than ever. Now the WWE Universe is left asking massive questions as we head into 2026. Can Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman truly dismantle the empire that betrayed its own creator? Will the Vision tighten its grip and prove stronger than ever? With Braun Breaker aggressively targeting the World Heavyweight Championship, could CM Punk find himself forced into the most uneasy alliance imaginable just to survive? One thing is certain. The balance of power on Monday Night Raw has officially shifted, and the fallout from this moment is only just beginning. Drop your predictions in the comments below because the conversation is just getting started. Make sure you subscribe and ring the notification bell so you never miss any of the breaking WWE drama. The war for 2026 has officially begun, and if this was the final statement of 2025, then the road ahead is going to be absolutely explosive.